how's everybody doing?
I think everyone's doing great. I know there's been a lot of activity, so we want to give folks a chance to maybe a little bit longer today than we typically do.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
So they can go get their team.
yeah, we'll just keep an eye on the flow here, but welcome everybody.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever we are. We have a big old global family. It's pretty exciting. Yeah,
Yes.
exciting. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having to restart my computer. That's why I came on my phone here. I think I'm getting overuse on data. So I have to.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I was none the wiser. Um,
Right. Oh, okay, good.
I've got a brand new, spanking brand new presentation for everybody.
Woohoo. Well, let's make sure we get a really sweet recording of it. So, um, you know, I'll just do my usual intro, and then you can sort of pause and start, or however best. I know you edit. You know how to do all
Yeah,
that.
it's already up and running, so we just scoot that right along to the start time, and
Perfect.
so it's all good.
And I know that my team would just love to have that for our team Telegram room. If that's
Oh,
something
sure,
that,
I'll shoot it over to you.
okay. And then probably the official Telegram room would love to
Oh,
have it
yeah.
as well.
Yep.
Okay. Very great. Okay.
Well, welcome from all over the world. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, what time do we have?
It is 4 minutes to the hour. So welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jennifer on the West Coast, joined by Michael on the East Coast. And you are going to get a great mug of Mike today because he's got a new presentation for us that will highlight the new improvements to X Vector, which many of you got to see in action yesterday. And it's going to show us the power of Prime and how exciting the rest of 2020 is going to look for us with these two great companions. So yeah, I think it was really fun to see it yesterday. Super fun. And
Yes.
yeah, really liked it. Yeah.
Let's see here. Now we got them flowing in. We're really into it now. Welcome, welcome everyone from around the world. You have this little window here to get the information out. So always a good idea to do that. That's funny. I just noticed something. We have one phone call in listener.
Oh, cool.
Welcome to the phone call in person.
Okay, well, gosh, they're pouring in. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Congratulations to everybody. For those of us who are all launched and excited about being underway here. And it was just wonderful to see Richmond so happy yesterday that it was working and everything was perfectly going. So a couple of people had some issues with the iPhone, and we, in our team meeting moments ago, we have a couple of suggestions we could toss out on that today. And so we'll share those, but quite simply, you can copy the link and send it by another means, meaning Messenger, email, Telegram, various other message ways to send it over to somebody who uses an iPhone, because apparently the platform for iPhone is different. So that's kind of a new way. I don't know if anybody on your team, Michael, had that issue, but a couple on mine did, and we resolved it. So that was great.
Yeah, I know there was a remedy floating around that was spoken to, but that would be great.
Also, tronlink.org that you can use both on your computer and on your phones. That one has also been heaven sent for some people that had a little, either an iPhone or any other technical issue they were able to get right through with TronLink. So just keep those in mind if anybody has that need. But I'll mention it again too at the very end so that people can have that update. But welcome everybody. In the meantime, we have a growing group here. Thanks for everybody being here. And congratulations for those of you around the world who launched with us yesterday. We're so grateful to be off the ground and swinging. It's
Yeah, let me
just,
see here. Because we're not even to 24 hours yet.
oh, would you unmute Boss Mom? I don't
Oh,
know, she
sure.
was just sharing, and she had some great ideas that I think would be fun for her to share. Uh, Catherine, when you get a chance, if you can, uh, at the end, it would be good for you to kind of tell everybody that we're,
Oh, you do that at the end?
yeah, unless, well, yeah. Catherine, can you hear me? Are you able to speak for a minute?
Oh, you want to do that? Oh, okay. Let's see. I have to find her again.
She's Boss Mom. She is a boss mom. Anyway, she's the boss. She did a great job with her team, and of course, I think we might hear from a couple other people.
There she is.
Okay, Catherine. Hello, dear. Yes, she can. Yay. Okay, so you should be unmuted.
Yes, I am.
There she is. Hello, sister.
Hi, how you guys doing? Oh, exciting. It's a wonderful day today. It's all looking good. I'm so happy that we waited. We stayed faithful and this launch has been successful. Very grateful.
Yeah, we all are. And it's really, isn't it fun to see how our team works together? And, Catherine's helping with a team overseas, and it's just really been great to see how everybody's pulled together.
Yes, it's been really successful. And even the team Rafiki, the coordination has worked out very well. And even the people, unfortunately the team in Kenya were asleep, but still they woke up and they got their links and they've joined in and they're all excited, and we're all looking forward to changing the world and doing some great things.
Yes. Agreed. Well, I'm very grateful for you and for all of our friends over there, and of course for our entire team, because our team is growing very fast. And Donna and I were having fun realizing that we probably have, like, I don't know, 700 people in our whole group, which was really quite incredible. It's wonderful when people start talking to each other and sharing a great idea, and then all of a sudden you just can't even imagine how many people are there. So anyway, Catherine, thank you for all that you're doing. And she's always there, like, immediately with support for the group and anything that we need for our Telegram room and all of that. So thank you, Catherine. Appreciate you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
And Barry is here, it looks like. Hi, Barry. Welcome, welcome. And Jillian's got some good news from yesterday. Maybe we'll have her share at the end, at the very end. And I'm sure Barry's got some great news to share as well. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's 2 minutes after the hour. Please go get the rest of your team. We're going to have some great announcements today and some fun things to hear about how our launch was a huge success yesterday. We're so grateful for everybody's efforts. We know it was really quite the journey and to get here, but also what a great day to arrive and have it work out. Okay, so welcome everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Michael.
How we doing?
Good. Just got added to the call.
Oh, yes. Well, welcome.
Oops, was I muted?
Oh, there we
Did
go.
you mute you? Okay, well, welcome everybody. Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening. Glad you're here. We have a couple more minutes before we get started. Michael's going to be doing a complete presentation on the upgrades to X Factor today. So you'll be glad to hear that. And as Chris likes to say, you'll have a nice mug of Mike. I can't get over that. I just think it's so great. Okay. Very good. Well, I hope it's a great day for everybody out there. We certainly had fun yesterday. A lot of excitement on our team, a lot of great things happening. Um, really neat to see people work together the way they did, which I really think is amazing. So I'll keep reminding people, since more and more are pouring in, if you had any issue at all with the iPhone, one thing that we learned from Patrick on our team that you can do, which is to send the link by another means, like Messenger or Telegram, or even email, because in that case, you could copy it more clearly and it works perhaps better than the iPhone Messenger message platform. So I don't know if that helps anybody that had that issue. Also, we heard Tron Link was a big success for a lot of people, so you might want to try that.
Also, Jennifer, real quick, Clever was also the Clever app by Tron Wallet was very successful. It worked very well. It actually worked flawlessly because I know Tron Wallet has a new pop-up asking people to join Clever. So I used it, and it was brilliant.
Oh, fantastic, Catherine. Thank you, because I was kind of telling people to hold off until after the launch, because I know Chris was looking into it on our leaders team, but I wasn't sure whether or not it was going to be the thing. So that's great to know. So it worked, the interface with PT worked perfectly.
Yes, it did. And when you enter the Tron wallet, there were a lot of people asking what's going to happen to the former P2 contract. When you copy and paste your referral link, and then you click on the browser link and it opens up, you go into the URL, and when you put in that URL inside, it then the URL opens up a new contract, and the previous contract that was there is voided. So you'll only have one power of two indicating there.
Very cool. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, any of those kind of little technical tidbits, we're going to start posting. I know we're posting them in our team room, and we can do the same, Michael, if you wish, through the Telegram main group, just to make sure that we have those tools and ideas documented for everybody. So thanks, Catherine. We'll do that. Perfect. And then if you can bring Jillian over, I know she has a nice, I'd like to have her come on at the end, if you would, Michael. Okay. Well, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. Congratulations to all of us that made it through to the launch and are part of the new P2 official family. Appreciate you all for being here. We're going to give it just another minute, and then we're going to get started at our spiritual hour of 10:08. Okay. Great. So I hope you're all getting your teams here. Michael is going to have a brand new presentation for us on the upgrades to X Factor. So you're going to want to make sure, if you can, bring maybe a pen and paper and tune in to this new version. We'll make sure that it does get posted so you guys will have it, and we'll be able to put it on the Telegram group so you guys can share it with your associates as well. I don't know about power2.run, Michael, but if that's being updated.
I'm not sure, but we could certainly get into the official Telegram room.
Great.
And I could reach out to someone to see if we can't do that there, because that was really for the clock thing. But I'll reach out. Let's see how we're doing with the flow here.
Well, it's 8 after. Richmond, are you ready for us to begin?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Yes, I am. Let's go and get started.
Okay, brilliant. All right, thanks, Richmond. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. This is Jennifer. I'm out here on the West Coast, joined by Michael on the East Coast, and our leaders all around the country and the world, and of course, our leader, Richmond. Thank you so much, Richmond, for everything that you did and to get us launched successfully yesterday. We're super excited. Okay, so Michael's got a new revised presentation for us today about the upgrades to X Factor. So listen in carefully, and we just really appreciate everything you always put into these presentations. Michael, you do such a fabulous job. So I'm going to turn it right over to you.
Well, thank you for that, Jennifer. What an exciting time. And we have launched, we're live. And at last check, we're on our way to the middle part of 4,000 plus members right inside of our first 24 hours. So welcome. Let's take a closer look, everyone, why the world is moving closer to the power of two. And it's been a challenging year. So if your dreams have had, a little bit of a hit, get excited because those can be reignited here with the power of two. And I'm going to share with everyone a program where finally everyone can succeed and also speak to a community with an extremely large heart. Everyone's time is precious. Let's get started. Now, I'm going to take care of that bottom part here of this classic disclaimer. What you want to do is take care of the top part. So you want to realize that time management, work ethic, coachability, background, these factors and others will ultimately determine your level of success. Now, there are no guarantees made on that level of success here with the power of two. Some amazing features to speak to of the model. It is 100% decentralized, transparent, and anonymous. We utilize a member-to-member platform. It's a true peer-to-peer type of platform, and commissions are paid directly and instantly to your wallet. Payments are made in the form of TRON in 100%, and it's a simple and rewarding model, one by that is the first ever contract of its kind. There's no owner, no CEO, no admin. There are no withdrawal fees, and it's powered by a Tron smart contract. Speaking of smart contract, that's how we roll here with the power of two. It's the ideal way to do business in 2020. And these are globally coded financial contracts, everyone, that once placed on the blockchain, they're there forever. Now, these cannot be changed once they're deployed. They're impossible to delete, hack, or manipulate. Let's get right into it and speak to some exciting enhancements recently with the program. Now, our two powerful plans, Prime and X Factor, you'll definitely want to get something to write with because I took this to another level of detail, and that's coming up shortly. Let's just break down some of the basic concepts. To start, everyone comes in for just 10 US dollars worth of Tron. And with Prime, you get paid 10%, 10 slots deep. Each slot has 10 levels. That simple math puts us to 100 potential income centers. Imagery really helps sometimes drive points home. Let's take a look at this elevator keypad and think of that as those 10 slots and realize this. Each one of those is infinitely wide, and we're talking about every single slot. So that's all 10 slots, which are all infinitely wide, each with 10 sublevels. Now with Prime, we're paid an amazing 10%, 10 slots down, and there's zero drop. This is an important attribute of the model. There's zero drop in that 10% as you go through the levels. Now, why is that important? Well, in many, if not all the other programs collectively we have seen in our careers, you'll see a precipitous drop in that 10%. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down. But that's not the case here. And that uniform 10% is one of the chief reasons Prime is so powerful. Plus, you have the team build here with X Factor. And for those who come in and see it the way that we do, and they begin to share it, and they share it with what we call that first person or ID1, and you share it with that second person ID2, the funds, not the person, the funds go upline to your sponsor when that happens. Now, as they begin to share, what's going to happen is ID 3, 4, and 5 go right up to you. And we're going to take this to a whole other level of specificity and detail in short order. And when ID number 6, that person right there, something magical happens. Your business center enterprise perpetuates into a brand new matrix. And realize this, that's so important. That allows you to perpetuate those business endeavors. Now, it's a team build with these types of characteristics, spill over and under. We have a follow me system, and your personal directs and those who spill under you follow you forever. Let's take this to that whole other detail that I was speaking to right now. You definitely want to get something to write with. because this shows the participation price point for each slot expressed in US dollars right here, that white arrow with the black P in X factor. Now, I'm going to leverage the use of a laser pointer here and really break this down. So these are the price points of participation. And as you can see, they double: $5, $10, $20, $40, $80, $160, $320, $640, $1280, $25.60. Now, the program is designed to split the 10 US dollars that is right in slot 1 into two $5 portions. $5 worth of Tron goes over to Prime and $5 right here in X Factor. Now, as you know from our prior example that we just did, doing this right here to generate $15 worth of Tron in slot 1, which represents a 300% difference from the price participation point, was that right there from the prior page. Now, let's break this down. Right here that I'm checking in ID 1 and in ID 2 represents what happens to the funds right there denoted in those red check marks. Those funds go upline. Now, ID 3, 4, and 5 creates this dynamic. Those funds come right over to you. In ID 6, it generates those funds to go into your sponsor, but it creates a brand new matrix right there. And this right here, at this point in time, people usually want to know, well, where are these people coming from? I'm going to bracket those 6 people and check mark it so it hones in so there's no absence of clarity. Those 6 people right there are coming from your directs and your upline. Don't forget, this is a team build. Just to heighten the precision here, it's a team build with spill over and spill under characteristics. We have a follow me system, so your directs and spillover follow you forever. Now, again, just to heighten this clarity, they're coming from your team build. Your directs can come from the team build. Okay, so let's realize those could spill under you there as well as underneath. And realize this, the next thing people want to know is, well, how long can this last? The sky is the limit. This can happen in an infinitely type of time frame, okay? Now, the next thing people want to know is, well, what are we looking at here? Well, if you want to take it to the next level, upgrade right there. If you want to put yourself in a position to generate that $30 and cycle at this level, there's the check mark. That's what you need to do, is upgrade to the next level in X Factor. Want to generate the 60, you upgrade to that point right there. Want to generate the 120, put yourself in a position, you upgrade. And now you're seeing the pattern. If you want to focus in on generating the potential of this program, you've got to put yourself in a position to upgrade. And here it is with no absence of clarity how X Factor works. Realize this, the people are going to be working with you. They're going to have a motivation to gain and fear of loss. Those driving factors are going to play a big role in their participation at these other levels that are higher in X Factor. Now let's get into Prime. That white arrow with the black P right there shows you the slot participation price points. And again, it's oriented where those price points are right here. This is indicative of some of the potential. These are not the price points. Now let's break this one down. Realize this, that little plus sign represents a very unique characteristic. That is a sky is the limit metric kind of dynamic. Why? Because when you get involved in that program, you don't know who the people you're bringing in can bring in. You can bring in someone with 50 people that they bring in 500, or they bring in 500,000. Now we're paid in an infinite kind of manner here. Don't forget, these levels are infinitely wide, and the slots go down 10 slots with 10 levels. We're paid 10% through all of those levels. Now, as you're taking in all this information, realize this characteristic right here. You can get in where you fit in. What's that mean? The latitude of this program is one of the most amazing aspects of it. You can come in right here at the 10 US dollars worth of Tron level in slot 1. You can do both slot 1 and 2, all 10 in both. You have a lot of flexibility here so that you can get in where you fit in, where you're comfortable. Now, if some of these concepts are just a little bit much right now, you can also consider to connect the dots while you learn, to learn while you earn. Now let's break down some of the more amazing concepts here and aspects of the program. There are 10 income generating centers right here in X Factor, plus you have 100 in Prime, creating 110 potential income generating centers under one roof, the likes of which you won't see anywhere in the marketplace, but they're here with the power of two. Now let's take a close look at the registration process. Your initial contribution automatically puts you in both X Factor and Prime. Now, at the time of this slide's creation, the relationship here was 10 US dollars was to 518 Tron. And as I indicated earlier, the system is programmed to take that and split it right down the middle. So $5 worth of Tron comes over to your 1x2 cycler, and 5 comes right over here to Prime. Now you can upgrade to multiple slots in your back office with that awesome latitude I spoke to with a one-time contribution. And you want to be cognizant that anyone can upgrade instantly before anyone else and pass them up in X Factor and Prime. Couple of observations tied to that, one of which is that we're going to give you a tactic to overcome that challenge in short order. The other one is that this is not the kind of program you want to set it and forget it and turn back to it when it's convenient for you. No, you want to stay plugged in so you can respond to real-time events in real time. Now, as I indicated, you can upgrade to the next slots immediately, that awesome latitude that we have here to earn more money in up to 10 slots in both X Factor and Prime. Now, in Prime, once all of those you invite upgrade, they're placed on your front line in the unilevel network. Don't forget, these are infinitely wide. Now, if an invitee upgrades before you, they're passed up to your sponsor. We're going to break down that tactic I was speaking to earlier. However, there is a simple way to begin benefiting again from your invitees by simply upgrading to either their level in Prime or above them. Now, if you're like me and been part of other programs where they're punitive by nature, and should this happen, it's kind of like a permanent thing, that's really not, what I would deem a cool aspect whatsoever. And it's not how we roll here. It's just temporary, and you simply upgrade to either their level or above them. Now, it's also important to underscore that the procedure here is on a first come, first served basis for every slot. Let's now get into the power of Prime and start to take a close look at the amazing heart and power of the model, because it truly shines right here. One of the primary reasons, there are 10 slots and each slot has 10 levels, a very, very fundamental but powerful characteristic of the Prime model. So if you do the quick math on that, it equals 100 potential income generating centers. And we're going to demonstrate the power by just going into slot 1. And don't forget, there's 10 of these, but we're just going to use slot 1. Now, don't forget that the $10 gets split right down the middle. 5 went over to X Factor and 5 came over here to Prime. Now, it's not outside the realm of reasonability that 10 people wouldn't be interested in a program that just requires 10 US dollars worth of Tron to get started. Now, you simply take the number of people, multiply it times that price participation point, and you take that subtotal and multiply that times 10%. Now, that generated $5 there, and you'll see how this plays out. However, we're going to deploy an important principle, the law of diminishing return. Those 10 people are not going to each bring in 10. They're going to bring in 9, and you'll see how this plays out. That threw off $45 there in Tron. And now those 90 are not going to bring in 9. They're going to bring in 8, and that threw off 360. And those 720 are not going to bring in 8. They're going to bring in 7. So now you're seeing how that concept works. In the interest of time, we're going to jump to level 9. And I'm circling the formula that you're welcome to utilize for the levels that we're going to hop over. It's right there circled in red. Now, we're going to go ahead and break down right here at level 9. Everything's staying uniform. Look at the power of Prime and the laws of duplication at play here. 3.6 million people generating $1.8 million, and we're only in slot 1. There's that formula. It's sheer math. And we're stopping at level 9 here just to show the and illustrate the power of prime. Well, let's break things down. Remember, we started out there in level 1 through 4, and then we hopped over 5 through 8, and we didn't go into 10. You're in for some extraordinary enlightenment here, because look what this turned into, 3.1 million and change. Now, some of you might be saying, that's incredible. I'm not sure everything would be so neat and tidy, and the cards wouldn't fall on the table in such an orderly fashion. I absolutely happen to agree with you. So let's do something pretty profound. Let's cut this not by 10 or 30%. Let's make that 50%. But let's do that again, a second time, and a third time, and a fourth. Let's do that 4 times by 50% each time. Don't forget, we used less people on every level that they were bringing in, and we're only in slot 1. So I want to ask everyone a huge favor to collectively turn up your focus for a moment. And here's the simple question that I have in that favor. When have you seen a program that costs just $10 to get started in, that has this kind of firepower, that can throw off the better part of $200,000 with something we cut down not 1 time, not 2 times, but 4 times by 50% each time? And don't forget, we never left slot 1, and we stopped at level 9. Now, realize this, the people in that part of the plan with you will absolutely upgrade to the higher slots for several chief reasons. Number 1, there's 9 more slots, each with 10 sublevels. Now, let me ask you all another question. Wouldn't you do that? Of course you would. Why? Because of these chief laws of the human condition: motivation to gain and fear of loss. It's extraordinary. I do this presentation quite often, and it always amazes me about its power. Now, some of you may have your misgivings about this, even with all these cutbacks, even with staying in slot 1. Trust me, I've seen the figures in slot 2 and beyond, and they get astronomical. But what we're going to do here is pretty amazing. We're going to meet you where you are, if you feel that way, and we're going to go ahead and water this down and have the number of people bringing each other in is only 5 bringing in 5. Matter of fact, let's make that 3 bringing in 3. And you know the formula, so we don't have to go so methodically. We're going to kind of scoot along here. And as you can see, 3 people bringing in 3. You have a nice little organization forming here. And 81 people throwing off $40 and change there at level 4. Only in slot 1, there's that formula. Just like we just did, let's hop now up to level 9 here in slot 1 only. And through the power of prime and the law of duplication, look at this. We're going to go ahead and go into 10 here. Almost 60,000 people and almost $30,000. You're welcome to do the math. It's sheer numbers. Let's do that summary again, too, where 3 getting 3 and tally it all up just like we did before. Throws off the better part of $45,000. Trust me, I've seen the figures. If you play this out, those numbers start with the letter M as you work through the higher slots. Now, an amazing attribute of this program is its flexibility, because we just demonstrated with just $10 US worth of Tron to get started, how someone just coming into the space could have success. Don't forget, this is just slot 1. People will absolutely upgrade and follow you through the higher slots, and you don't have to burden yourself with getting more and more groups. You're always going to stay in phase 1 and sharing, but don't think you need to get new groups of people. They'll absolutely keep following you. Now, it also demonstrated in this presentation the amazing range of the power of 2's model. Someone seasoned, we broke it down 4 times by 50%, with 10 getting less people, working our way through all the different slots and levels, and we never even left the first slot. This shows an amazing attribute, because we just saw the power, but the elasticity of the program. Let's break down how you get started. Now, in order to do Tron transactions, you have to set up that important Tron wallet, and we call this action step number 1. Now, at this wallet that's free to download, you'll use your respective store, whether you have an iPhone or Droid, so it'll be the app or Play Store, and you can store other cryptocurrency than just Tron there, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so forth. Now, it takes just a minute to do. It's very easy. And in order to get connected to the X Factor and Prime, you must pay for the gas fee or transaction fee to attach your Tron wallet to your account. We call this primary action step number 2. To put yourself in a position to experience success, you want to get some Tron. Now, if you've had experience utilizing smart contracts in Ethereum, get excited because the minimal transaction fee to connect with the Power 2 platform is usually less than 25 cents. That's right. And it is a fee that is paid to the Tron wallet, and the Power of 2 does not make income from this whatsoever. So I've had experience with Ethereum, and that is a fraction of the cost for that whole process. Now, action step number 3 is vitally important so you can stay plugged in and respond to real-time information in that real time. You want to turn back to the person who invited you to this presentation and let them know you're ready to join our awesome family, but also ask them for the connectivity details for the Facebook and Telegram groups, and so you can stay plugged in. And let me be the first to welcome you to our awesome family and community here with the Power of 2. Now, here's the important information regarding the Tron wallet. You want to make sure you make note of the insignia, the logo there. So when you go ahead and download it, you can recognize it. And there's other important information here you may want to make note of. Now, there are definitely first movers advantages here that you can take advantage of by just getting the word out and sharing, by simply inviting others to this overview and sharing the opportunity. I've seen people change their financial destinies and sometimes generations in their families by taking advantage of this type of time frame. Now let's recap as we head towards the home stretch here. It only requires just $10 worth of Tron to join and get started. How refreshing is that in this challenging time we find ourselves in all over the world? Now, our model allows for both the big and little guy to truly succeed, and everyone in between, as we just demonstrated. We don't just say it, we show it here. Now, there are no monthly or annual fees or any gotchas with the Power 2. All cards are on the table. Now, we're a global community and we have a true member-to-member, peer-to-peer platform, and we utilize a smart contract, and by doing that, we're able to benefit from all of those characteristics that come along with rolling that way. Now, it's a 100% instant payout program, not 40 or 50%. No, this is a solid 100% instant payout program, and it's important to underscore something. It's not tied to a specific day of the week or time of the month either. Now, our cryptocurrency of choice, we utilize Tron for a whole host of reasons. Chief among those, it's very economical to do so, as we just saw. Now, there are 2 very robust comp plans here under one roof. One is our 1x16 cycler, and the other pays 10%, 10 slots down, each with an amazing 10 levels, and each infinitely wide to boot. That quick math equates to 100 potential income generating centers just in Prime. Kick in another 10 from the 1x2 cycler, and you have 110 altogether. Just amazing. Now, there's a tremendous culture here of giving with significant and exciting promos. Stay tuned for more on that. We're about to roll out a unique and an exciting line of products, so also stay tuned for that as well. And we're a group that works hard, but we love to have fun as well. And I want to be the first to welcome you to our awesome community. But I also want to share with you an important bonus time that has a little spice to it. And this really, truly separates us from the marketplace. So get excited about that. And that has to do with what is known as ID1. Now, this was something new for me as well. And what it is it's a position in the model that's poised to become incredibly lucrative. Why? Because of where it is in the system and the nature of the model. Now, typically, those behind such endeavors, they don't ever share the funds out of that position. But get excited, everyone. And I mean really excited. That's because 50% of ID1 is scheduled to come back into the community in the form of awesome promotions. And this is a true depiction and reflection of the unique shape of the generous heart here in our community. And it starts from the top. And let me share with everyone, you don't rarely see this. You never see this. And this is huge. And like I said earlier, it separates us from everyone in the marketplace. And we're so grateful for that. Now, for those of you who have people that couldn't make it to the presentation, You want to take advantage of technology and go ahead and take a snapshot of the summary page here so you can get it off to them. And let me go ahead and pop that heart right there, right where it belongs. And with that, everyone, I want to thank each and every one of you, and I'll toss it back to you, Jennifer.
Brilliant job, Michael. It's so exciting to see the new X Factor all so perfectly laid out. Thank you for that. Great job. Really great. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're excited to hear from our illustrious leader, the one and only Richmond, and how everything went, and just how grateful we are, Richmond, to you and the developers. What an amazing system we have here. Michael sure shows us what this is, but it's just so much more than that. You guys have put so much heart and soul. And I always like to tell people that the thing that I think is most important is that we're tied to the US dollar, which a lot of these other shiny objects out there are not. And so as you go out there and share with others and they're like, but what about this one and that one? Well, here's the truth. If those programs are tied to the coin in which they are using, let's say it's Ethereum or Tron, and the value of either one of those goes up, so does the cost of doing their program. But our developers were able to figure out a way to tie this to the US dollar. So it's cost $10 to join Power of Two. And in 6 months from now, or 6 years, it's going to be $10, which is so profoundly important. And then also for you guys to understand that the way that these new improvements work with X Factor, it's making it way less expensive to get all the way to the top of our system. And that was something the programmers thought of to really make things better for all of us. So we'll keep learning how that goes, but it's really, in other words, it only takes 7 people to cycle instead of 17 now. And Barry, of course, will share that, I'm assuming, as well with us. But okay, let's hear from Richmond. Thank you so much. And over to you, please.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening once again. What an amazing journey. First, I want to thank all the leaders that is on this call and all the guests. And Michael, good job. You know, this thing yesterday actually was a day and a half ago. We found out about the X Factor, and you know, you took it upon yourself and you went ahead and updated the PDF file. And all the material that needs to come out is getting ready to come out. They're working on it, is getting ready to come out. And so far, everything is working. I know that we have some challenges of some people can register with the certain phones, and either Android or phone. It just to some of the message that I'm getting. And I know some of the people, they say when they're trying to register, the buying slot wasn't going through instead, but when they use PC, is going through. So, I already forwarded all this information to the program. But the good thing is, at least we know that all the flow and X Factor and the Prime is working. Right now, this couple of days is going to be ongoing update in the back office. Okay, meaning you'll be begin to see more history of what is going on in your back office. So all that is going to be dealt with. All right. So that's the next thing. So it's not room with, it's not a build a day. All right. So because I remember one of the smart contract that is big right now, when they first started, it was just 400 members. They wasn't having a history. They wasn't having a lot of stuff in the back office, but today they got a lot of stuff. So it's gonna happen, guys. Just be patient with them, with the programmers, to let them. All right, right now we passed the hard part. So the right now just all easy ride. So all those stuff that about phones and stuff, try to use PC, Tron PC or Tron Link. I know some people, they say they have an old iPhone and it wasn't working, and when they use the PC, it was working. So these are some of the stuff that is out there that some of the leaders are, you know, finding a way, talking about it and helping other team to sign up. So right now we got a system. Right now, just a history that we need to add and add the product. So all those things is gonna take time. So just be patient with them. And then any issue that you guys find, just let me know. I'll forward it to them, and we can resolve it as fast. All right. Thank you so much, and congrats on launch too.
Congratulations to you. Yeah, a
Good.
couple of things that we did here that I'll repeat now is that from leaders on my team said that with the iPhone, they were able to send the link by other means. So when they received the link, they copied it either into their email or into Messenger or Telegram, and then sent it over to an iPhone user who was able to then copy it off of one of those and put it right into their wallet successfully. So that's another possible thing. Again, like you said, Richmond Tron Link worked for a lot of folks on our team. And we just had Catherine this morning share with us that Clever, the new updated Tron wallet, also worked, and the flow through the P2 interface was perfect. So thanks for that, Catherine. Okay, Barry,